What is China's Lianghui? Looking back, Lianghui might just be one of the most important phrases that I've learned. Every spring, this major political event takes center stage, not only making headlines across China, but also drawing close attention from around the world.
I'm heading to the Great Hall of the People in Beijing to cover the two sessions. These annual gatherings bring together around 3,000 lawmakers and over 2,000 political advisors to discuss state affairs. Today is the opening day of the MPC session, while the CPPCC session already opened yesterday.
The two sessions are key to understanding China's development, how the political system works, and where the country is headed. These meetings shape policies that affect not just China, but also the entire world. And global media are watching closely several key areas, which include the growth target, the 15th five-year plan, China's next moves in tech and innovation. So what can we expect from this year's two sessions? Borning, we'd love to hear what's going on the ground.
This is the Deputy's Passage, where lawmakers take questions on the issues that matter most to the public, from economic development and technological innovation to education and social welfare. I can see the lawmakers and political advisors making their way into the venue. They come from diverse ethnic groups and professions. Even China's smallest ethnic group has representation here. This year's two sessions are especially important. A major focus of the MPC session is the review of a draft outline for the 15th five-year plan, which will define China's development priorities from 2026 to 2030.
China's five-year plans are a defining feature of its governance. And personally, I'm keeping a close eye on technology. Across China, AI is becoming part of everyday life, from healthcare and traffic management to weather forecasting and farming. As tech and innovation transform industries nationwide, I expect they'll also take the spotlight during this year's two sessions.
We are pleased to have with us an MPC deputy from Fujian province who works in the tech industry.
近年来，我国在科技领域的创新成果非常丰硕。我们目前中国新能源产业链在全球是处于领先地位的。我们也实现了从跟跑到领跑的跨越式的提升，为全球的新能源发展提供了巨大的机遇。
To some extent, observing China's two sessions is essentially observing the Chinese economy. A key task of these annual meetings is to map out the country's economic plan, setting the growth target, approving macroeconomic policies, and signaling priorities. Let's see what the government work report tells us about this year's direction and the trajectory beyond.
Right now, I am in the media area on the second floor. Over 3,000 journalists from home and abroad are covering this year's two sessions. China's annual growth target will be reviewed in a government work report, one of the most anticipated announcements each year. The Premier will be delivering the report shortly. Chinese Premier Li Qiang delivered the government work report on behalf of the State Council at the opening meeting of the fourth session of the 14th MPC. The report highlights past achievements and sets development targets for the present year. It also unveils the country's key goals for the 2026 to 2030 period.
People's livelihoods continue to be a top priority for Chinese policy makers. They consistently work to strike a balance between economic growth and social development, steadily improving the quality of life for all citizens. One interesting aspect of the two sessions is that journalists have the chance to communicate with senior government officials face to face.
The Minister's Passage is one of the most sought-after spots here. Reporters have to arrive early to secure a front-row position. At this year's first Minister's Passage, the Minister of Science and Technology, the Minister of Industry and Information Technology, and the head of the State-Owned Asset Supervision and Administration Commission of the State Council addressed topics such as industrial growth, technological innovation, and AI applications.
What a great way to experience the two sessions. These meetings offer more than just policy announcements. They provide a vivid window into the practical operations of China's whole process people's democracy.
Other major items on this year's agenda include deliberations on 3 draft laws. Each carries significant weight. And a quick heads up for viewers, in the coming days we will have a series of highly anticipated press conferences, including appearances from key ministers. We will be there. Follow Xinhua for the latest.